What's the biggest misconception of me? Probably that I come from like this picture perfect situation. I think people really only pay attention when you kind of in what they seem as made it, I guess you could say. And then they just assume that you just magically appeared there, and don't really look at whatever your background story may be or what it took to get you there. People who don't know me and that don't know my story think that I just one day appeared and I was like this female DJ who was just on Hot 97 and that's it, but don't really realize the 10 years of struggle that it definitely it took to get there. But now, because I'm young, people assume that maybe I just started DJing yesterday, or because I'm a woman, before they even hear me or have heard me DJ, it's that maybe I can't, which has gone away as I've, progressed and people have learned more about me. But yeah, people just assume like, because there are so many of those nowadays, the people that can't DJ, but they may be celebrities or something like that. So then they get the job and then people, they don't really take what you're doing seriously. So it's made it a little tough, but yeah, those have got to be the biggest misconceptions. So the keys to my success. Have you ever seen that meme with the guy with the axe and he's like digging, looking for the diamonds, and then like he almost gets there and then he turns around? Don't ever turn around. And I think like it took a long time for me to realize why certain things happened and why they had to happen for me to get to where I was. And I look back at like where I was like 5-6 years ago. Like I had moved from Virginia and I had moved, my boss died. His name was DJ Law. He was a program director at the station. I did mornings, and it's like he was there Friday and then Monday he had a heart attack and he died. And I remember he used to always tell me like, I want to see you on, he was from Queens. So he's like, I want to see you on Hot 97 one day. That's what I want to see you doing, but you got to get up. You got to go to a bigger market so people can see your face. So after he died, I remember leaving and going to Miami. I don't know why I picked Miami as the first city that I would go to, but I just figured at some point in time, everyone's going to vacation in Miami. So I'm going to be able to meet people, I'm going to network, and if I'm going to make it as this DJ, I'll know now. And that was probably the hardest time of my life. Like, I was homeless for a little while. I was making no money. I had no gigs. I went from doing like the gigs and having this town that I lived in, like, and DJing like 5-6 nights a week. I was doing radio, I was doing really well, and I let it all go to try to like move somewhere. And I thought like my life was over. I was like, I'm not meant to do this. I remember at one point in time I had thought I was gonna get this job, and then the program director actually told me, that he liked me, but I wasn't right for that particular job. After thinking I was gonna get it, I was homeless after that and have a place to live for like, not a long time, but still, when you live in your car in a motel, like that's not fun. And as a DJ, you're an entrepreneur, and then you can't get in these clubs because of all the political stuff. And no matter how good you are, it doesn't matter. And then you're still a woman and people look at you a certain way. So if I had given up then, I never would be where I am now. And I feel like the worse it is, the more hope that there is. Like if everything's all good, then that's kind of, I think, when you need to worry. But when you struggling and stuff is not going right, then that, the blessings are only going to be bigger. And it's crazy because it took me forever to realize like why I was in Miami. And had I not have been in Miami, I never would have met the program director who hired me at Hot 97. The same guy who kind of fired me, not really fired me, but told me that he didn't need me. 6 years later, was like, yo, I seen all the stuff you've been doing. And that's how I got this job. So it took me 6 years to see or to understand why something had to be so hard. And every time I see that meme, I'm like, there's nothing truer than that. So that's definitely gotta be my first thing. My second thing, if you don't know what you're doing, pretend. And because the only person who knows that you don't know what you're doing is you. So when I first was DJing, I learned to obviously, just DJ. I didn't know how to use the mic. And I knew that I wanted to do radio one day and I wanted to be a tour DJ. And I had no clue how to do it. So I was like, if I pretend, no matter how annoying I think I sound, they don't know. Like when I show up to these events, they don't know that I don't know what I'm doing. So if I act like I do, then I could do it. Same thing when I started DJing for A. Marie. I asked her if she needed a tour DJ. They were like, have you ever done it before? Never. So I just pretended like I knew what I was doing. And then I was DJing on tours. So I think a lot of people sell themselves short by saying, well, I don't know how to do that. Try. If you could try, you could figure it out. Well, let's see, number 3. Staying true to your morals and staying true to yourself are really important. I remember I would make a lot of decisions because it felt right for me, and it wouldn't necessarily be what other people were doing. And I would think, I'm fucking up. Like I'm doing something wrong because everybody else is over here and I'm over here. And how could this be right? Because they're all winning and they're all over here. And I'm over here and I'm still broke. I don't have no money. I don't know how many times I've gotten that negative 35 from when you overdraft from your account. They're not gonna let me overdraft no more. I don't have nothing. Like everybody else doing this, but I'm trying to do what I think is right. Always do what you think is right because there's only one you. And you don't need to be like somebody else. There's enough room for everyone. So if you pave your own lane, then that's the lane that you create and that you're going to be something out of. You can't go and copy what somebody else is doing. So the fact that I've tried to be myself and do me throughout everything, I think has definitely helped me be successful.